and just help the push to solidify a playoff spot now?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, especially this year, coming back in and just starting to get my feet underneath me there. And, you go through a different injury, and it's a little bit frustrating, especially when you're out a bit. But, excited to, get back on the ice after break here and feel pretty good. So hopefully have another good practice tomorrow.
The schedule is, right away starting with the Vancouver Canucks and nothing but one challenge after the other. And so games get so ramped up now.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you look at the year Vancouver's having. We play them the next 2 out of 3. Edmonton's playing great. So every game's huge here. What do we have? I think 32 games left. So some big available points on the line, and got to take advantage of every game.
It's a good time of the year to be fully healthy. You got yourself and Chiarot coming back, and I think all 23 guys now.
Yeah.
Just adding to the depth.
Yeah. I think that was one of the things I liked about the team in here from the start of the season was just the depth on the team, and every team I've been on, that's one has a lot of depth, and you can really count on different guys, throughout your lineup to step up every night. It's not the same 2 or 3 guys, right? So I think that's what's exciting about our team here.
Is this the lineup you envisioned when you joined? Because I think pretty much you started playing, guys got hurt, and then you got hurt. Like, this is really the first time it's looked like probably what you thought it would look like.
Yeah, I guess you never know what the lineup's going to look like. Every team deals with some type of injury throughout the year. It was kind of crazy when I first got here. We had like 5 or 6 guys go down. So, even for me, I think there was supposed to be like a minute restriction and then not play back-to-backs, and that was kind of thrown out the window just with the injuries we had. So, great to be fully healthy and can really build our game here going into the playoffs.
How valuable are these breaks? Is it good time just to recharge the batteries and get healthy and all that?
Yeah. No, I think it's great. I think it's great to get away for a little bit, especially this time of year. Games 50 to 60, you start, feeling the wear and tear on the season. So nice to have a little bit of a break and come back refreshed. And you can tell everyone's excited to get back and be playing hockey again.
Ville, just wondering, after the All-Star break, how are you feeling now? Obviously, some time out with injury. Where are you at?
I feel good now. I think end of last week, the last game, I got sick. So that's unfortunately I had to be out a couple of days, and then it was the break right after. So, but I feel good now, and injury's over, and fully back now. So feel good.
What was that process like for you, just being in the rehab process and trying to get better to be in the lineup again?
Yeah, no, it kind of took a long time, but we did a good job here with our staff and getting healthy fully, and I got a 1 game in GR too, so that was a good to go down there and get a game and get the game day routine and stuff back, and really like to be there, get that game and especially a win. So but like I said, I think it took a little longer, but mentally I'm ready to go now.
Had to be good that you posted a shutout in Grand Rapids too. So just build your confidence a little bit. Can you dig into that a little bit more?
Yeah, no, it was nice to get a win, and 0 goals is always a positive thing. So it was good, and they had a good group of guys there, and it was easy to go, and just played my game and 3-0 win, so it was a big win for them.
And what have your observations been of the team from the sideline while you were injured?
No, I feel like guys, when January started, guys are playing well. Alex has been outstanding, and it's all kind of coming together now. And it's still 30 games left, so it's a lot of games, and we'll be every night to. As a goalie, you want to give a chance for the team to win, and that's something that Alex did the last month, and it kind of, I just took it as a positive, and I need to be in the same level.
And what has your communication been like with the coaching staff, Derek Lalonde, and how exactly they're going to work you back in now that you're healthy?
Yeah, it's, just to get fully healthy first, and then now we'll go day by day, and I just, got to work my game to be on that level, and that I know I can be, and maybe if it's Saturday or next week to get the first game, so I'm ready for that.
You're coming back, Patrick Kane, Ville Husso is cleared. How much will that help, just getting 3 healthy bodies back as well?
Yeah, for sure it'll help. I mean, get Hoos back, who always been good for us, Kaner. Brings a lot of offense to the team. So obviously, important guys to get back.
Ben, just the defensive play, the improvement on the team overall in January, and just what do you attribute that to? And how it sets you up now going forward that month?
Yeah, guys just being accountable to what their job is on the ice at any given time. Can't look over how well Alex Lyons played for us, giving us really solid goaltending, Rhymes too. So combination of things, but tight systems and good goaltending.
Is that what stood out to you from press box, besides how much easier everything looks from up there?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you can tell our defensive structure looks tighter, looks more in place, I guess you could say, from up top. That was the thing I noticed the most.
I know obviously you want to be on the ice, but is there anything you can learn from kind of watching a few games up in the press box?
I mean, it always looks so easy from up in that high, and you do notice things and notice, certain plays that get made and how important they are to getting the team up the ice. That's something I pay attention to as a defenseman. Gaps, how you can take time and space away a little bit more than you think you can. So just things I watch as a defenseman.
But how valuable is that time off for that week? I mean, just good opportunity to clear the mind a little bit, mentally and physically.
Yeah, no, it's huge. I mean, I remember when I first started, there was no bye week. It was just 3 days of the All-Star break, and you just keep on going. So the bye week is it's very important, especially going into the type of games we're going to be going into over the next 2 months. Playoff style hockey, kind of before the playoffs happen. So getting your body right, getting reset mentally, those are 2 important things coming down the stretch.
Last year, you guys were, coming out of the break, you guys were trying to give Steve a reason not to be sellers at the trade deadline. Does the mentality seem really far away from that? Like you're not even concerned about that at this point? It's more tracking toward the playoffs and focusing on that?
Yeah, I think we're just worried about each game individually. I don't know that we're looking at the big picture, so to speak. Not just yet anyway. Just focus on a game-by-game basis, and that's what we've done all year, and it's worked well for us.
What did it do for your lineup to get 3 pretty key players back?
Yeah, very good. It's obviously you saw we had Benny back with Petey, and then we had Patty helping our top 6 there, and obviously Ville be available. So knock on wood, we're healthy. We're gonna have some tough decisions for scratches, but that's all part of it. Those are good problems to have. You saw us in December. We had trouble fielding a lineup with how many guys we had out. So good timing on being healthy.
Just especially with the schedule. I mean, 32 games left, and every one of them a challenge.
Of course, yeah. If you want to push, it's a constant battle of attrition and when you can get healthy throughout the year. And for the most part, knock on wood, I know December was a disaster with losing our top 2 centers and 2 of our goalies, but for the most part, I think we've been very fortunate this year with our health, and it also feels that just because we're out of depth.
Do you have any idea how you're going to use the goaltending yet? I mean, how you're going to play those 2 guys?
Not yet. Well, I foresee having Alex in net on Saturday, which obviously makes sense with the run he had prior to the break. But, again, we're comfortable with all 3 goalies, and we'll let it play out. We were very fortunate to have 3 goalies, especially when 2 of them went on the IR. And we'll kind of let that play out. Certainly not easy to manage at times, but, again, good problem to have.
There's some challenges coming out of long break for you, going right up against a team that's played a couple of games.
Yeah, that's a challenge. You can do the best you can with 2 practices to replicate game speed, but it's going to be hard. We'll be at a disadvantage there. Watching the Tampa New York game last night, but it's all part of it. The schedule's not perfect. It's an impossible matrix. You get the bad end of some things, you get the good end. I believe right before the break, we played Tampa. We were sitting on them when they played a back-to-back, and I think we played Philadelphia when we were sitting on them when they played a back-to-back, and we had no apologies taking those 4 points. So it's all part of it. We'll do the best we can to get the guys up to speed and be ready to go for Saturday.
You know, when you have a break, you take time to sort of step back and look at your team in a different way. And then also, did you finally peek at the standings? Just where
I did, of course. Yeah. I'm a fair weather standings guy for sure.
to start to realize the opportunity you have to make it?
Yeah, I think so. One, there's definitely some decompression there of just getting away from it. But, a couple days ago, you start scheming, planning, lineup, goalie rotation, special teams. And again, getting healthy bodies. We're going to have some tough decisions, what we want to accomplish in these 2 days. But of course, I think we've put ourselves in the battle. We still have a long ways to go. I think, obviously, with our schedule, we just happen to go through, Vancouver, Edmonton off the break. Obviously, just playing within our division and conference, there's nowhere to hide. I just saw some underlying numbers there, some analytic projections where we're still a long shot to make the playoffs, and we have one of the toughest schedules out, which is understandable. So, again, I really don't worry about that. I think it's just if we can take care of ourselves and take care of our own business, we'll stay in this fight like we did in January.
Do you buy that analytical argument that you're outscoring your expected goals?
I think there's things seem to balance. I know our shooting percentage is really high, but I don't apologize. I think we have some actual finishers. A couple of those guys that skew our shooting percentage are Fabry and Sprong, and that's who they are. So I think that's how we are a little bit. But yeah, I think there's some reality to that. But at the same time, I think we got our team game in a much better spot on a whole. So there's probably some truth to that, some reality.
How was watching some of your games?
Awesome. I had one night where I brought one kid to the rink, had to rush him home to bring the other kid to the rink, only to get a phone call back that he forgot his loop. So I had to rush back to the rink. In the meantime, when my wife was taking my daughter to soccer, she ordered Chipotle online, but the wrong Chipotle. So I had to go get that. And honestly, it was chaos, but it felt great to be in the trenches there. So, yeah, I just had a good time over break.
Did you reach out to Sergachev last night?
I did not. That was tough to see. I'm a huge Sergachev fan. One, obviously, is coaching him, but he's an unbelievable human being. He's a caring type of person. I think you saw the reaction of his teammates and the reaction of the New York Ranger players. I think speaks volumes. Got to catch up a little bit at Jonesy's ALS game this summer, and he's an unbelievable, wonderful human being. So that was a gut punch right there. So he'll be better for it, hopefully, down the road. It's just that's really tough to see in the league.
What was your reaction to hearing that the PWHL will be coming to Detroit later next month?
I just heard that. So this is my reaction. I think that's awesome, growing the game. Even a little personal, having JT here. His sister, obviously, is in the league, actually skated with our skills coach a little bit after. Kind of got an appreciation of how intense and how good of an athlete she was. So I think that's awesome and great spot. It's Hockey Town, so why not?
I just want to ask you one more about Kane. Now he's past knowing whether the hips could hold up to NHL hockey. He's gotten, maybe some of his timing back. He's got another reset. What's your outlook for him now?
Yeah, we'll see when he gets back in it. But again, he exceeded such expectations when he came back. One, how healthy he was and his level of play. So I think he has a high standard for himself. I just really appreciate where he started to take some ownership and some intensity within the group, some leadership, which I thought was great. He was doing some things defensively in his game to pitch in on our team play. So we're just excited to have him back, and hopefully he can get right back to pace as soon as possible.
Can you explain a little bit about what's behind your fair weather standings
I say fair weather. One, we're battling to be in the battle. We're just, I think, you can see, obviously, we haven't made the playoffs in 7 years. Every single projection on earth and every single expert had us outside looking in this year. And that's not a knock on us. It's probably more of a compliment to the division, the conference. So, again, I don't really need to look at the standings. We're never going to be there unless we take care of our day-to-day game. And I know it sounds very cliche-like with a process, so there's really no need to watch the standings. And the other thing I think with the standings is it's not going to come to us. I've mentioned this a couple times. Our division and conference is way too good. That number is going to be mid to high 90s. So it's not going to be like 4 of these teams are going to fall off and we're going to back our way in at 88, 89. So we really don't have to look at it. We have to take care of business and we have to go get it. So that's kind of what I meant by fair weather, looking at it. You don't really need to follow the standings to know where this is going to end up. Thanks, guys.